Elon Musk is a highly recognizable figure to us. He is renowned for being one of the wealthiest individuals globally and is considered a visionary by many, especially for leading futuristic companies like the rocket manufacturer SpaceX and the electric car company Tesla. However, the magnate is also quite controversial and eccentric, particularly due to his statements, opinions, and the way he conducts his business, as evident in the recent acquisition of the social network Twitter, now known as Twitter X. Nevertheless, Musk's ambitions seem increasingly daring, and it is evident that the billionaire's goal is to change or shape the world as we know it. He aims to establish a human colony on Mars through SpaceX, create a global internet network using Starlink satellites, and enable Tesla cars to travel between energy stations scattered worldwide. Nearly all the utopian and technological projects we are familiar with today bear his name or that of one of his companies. However, the news we received in the last week of January is truly remarkable. In 2016, Elon Musk founded Neuralink, a medical research company with the goal of aiding patients in various treatments through data processing chips similar to those used in computers and smartphones. This innovation was initially met with optimism from patients and researchers seeking progress in the field for years. However, gradually, this initial excitement gave way to a series of concerns, especially when the CEO made it clear that his interests were in integrating the human brain with artificial intelligence through chips implanted in people. At that time, this caused quite a stir, with several organizations expressing their anxieties about the potential consequences of such research, not to mention the ethical aspects that needed to be reviewed, as it would be unprecedented in the scientific world. Yet, what seemed possible only for a distant future or fictional stories has just become a reality. On January 29, 2024, Musk announced through a brief note on his page that the first brain implant in a human has been successfully carried out. What are the implications of this for us? What can we expect? In this video, we will present everything we know so far about this procedure. First and foremost, it is crucial to understand that the kind of study envisioning the installation of microchips in the human brain is not exclusive to Neuralink. Numerous research endeavors are currently underway and the results appear increasingly promising. Most of these initiatives, including Musk's company, focus on patients with neurological diseases or those whose quality of life can be improved through targeted enhancements to this central organ. An example of this is BrainGate, which has been conducting tests on individuals affected by Parkinson's and other degenerative diseases since 2012. Another entity, BlackRock Neurotech, operates similarly with its implant called the Utah Array. The goal of these initiatives is to serve as a form of treatment, enabling individuals with incurable ailments to regain their dignity. The ultimate aim is to develop movements and locomotion for amputees, paraplegics, or tetraplegics. One of the significant potentials of this technology lies in facilitating the connection between the electrical signals of the brain and a computer or machine. Prosthetics embedded with similar chips can then be controlled through receptors, seamlessly becoming a part of the patient's body. As we mentioned earlier, Neuralink shares these ambitions, and this goal remains a flagship priority for the company. However, with Elon Musk in the picture, things are never as straightforward. Indeed, that's how the executive introduced his startup in 2016, and the studies being conducted so far necessarily align with this perspective. What often concerns us are the underlying intentions. For instance, in various instances such as presentations, interviews, and publications, Musk expresses his apprehension about the potential implications of advancing artificial intelligence. Indeed, if not handled with caution, this type of technology could progress to a point where maintaining control becomes challenging. However, Musk's proposed solution doesn't involve establishing safety parameters for research in the field. Instead, he advocates for the application of this technology through a chip implanted in our heads, creating a symbiosis with technology, a kind of collective artificial intelligence. It may seem contradictory at first glance, the fear of machines surpassing human intelligence, yet proposing a fusion of the two. However, Elon's underlying concern is that machine intelligence surpassing human capabilities may only be problematic if they remain separate entities. From this perspective, the reasoning makes sense. Nonetheless, taking a step back and considering the potential consequences, it becomes clear how catastrophic this could be. After all, we cannot jeopardize the future of humanity out of fear that our mental capacity may be surpassed by a machine. However, this is not the current objective of the implant performed by Neuralink, at least not for now. The current chip has been in development since at least 2019 and boasts significant improvements compared to the aforementioned competitors. To provide some perspective, other implants mentioned typically have between 10 and 256 electrodes, falling far short of the technology being developed by Elon Musk's company. In 2019, Musk expressed his desire to initiate human trials, starting with patients suffering from spinal cord injuries between vertebrae C1 to C4, typically leading to limited movements in all limbs below the neck. However, the pandemic considerably delayed the company's plans, resulting in the suspension of human trials. Despite fewer noteworthy announcements, research continued. In September 2023, Musk publicly announced that his implant had received regulatory approval, such as from the FDA, to commence clinical trials on humans. From that point, the company released a form for volunteers interested in testing the new technology, known as the Brain-Computer Interface (BCI). At this juncture, priorities became clearer, with Neuralink targeting individuals with paralysis caused by traumas or degenerative diseases. The goal was to enable them to control a computer cursor or keyboard through the power of thought, facilitating communication or the performance of simple tasks. The chip would be implanted in an area of the brain responsible for planning and commanding motor functions, allowing control over the machine through electrical signals, similar to how our bodies operate. Additionally, the device would leverage artificial intelligence to read and interpret brain activity, issuing commands to be executed. This was the sole mission disclosed about this technology in Neuralink's devices. Shortly after the September announcement, the company became embroiled in controversy as various veterinarians lodged complaints about alleged results from animal testing. According to them, research primarily involved monkeys, with other models possessing brain chemistry similar to ours, such as genetically modified rats. Complaints stated that test subjects suffered severe consequences, including paralysis, seizures, brain swelling, and distress during the experiments. Elon Musk did not directly deny the complaints but mentioned that several models used were in the terminal phase to minimize risks in healthy animals, justifying the negative results. Despite suspicions and questions arising from these events, the study persisted until recently when news of the first procedure in humans was disclosed. The founder of the company made the announcement on his recently acquired social media platform, stating that the initial results showed promising detection of neuron spikes. These spikes are described by the activity of cells responsible for transmitting information through the brain and body via chemical and electrical impulses. In this initial phase, both the device and the artificial intelligence-controlled program produced by Neuralink seem to be functioning as expected. This initial product has been named telepathy, reflecting the program's anticipated goals, including wireless control of devices such as computers and prosthetics using only the power of thought. This first phase of human studies is expected to last approximately 6 years, focusing primarily on the safety of the implant and the procedure used to place it in the brain, carried out by a surgical robot. Yes, when it comes to Elon Musk, innovations seem boundless. The idea is that these implants will eventually be performed through robot-assisted surgeries, a step that may already be extensively tested in non-human subjects and is now advancing to the next stage of research. It indeed feels like we are increasingly stepping into a science fiction movie. Future publications are expected in specialized journals covering scientific, medical, biological, and technological fields where we may gain more detailed information about the procedure. For now, we can celebrate the success of this initial intervention and hope it brings real benefits to those who need them the most. However, it's essential to remain vigilant about our future. After all, it is not fair for the destiny of many to be shaped by the thoughtless choices of a few. Do you agree with me? Until next time.